Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Genesis Mindset. And in today's episode, I wanted to again reiterate the mindset that is prevalent in this bear market and how there's a differentiator between bear market sentiment and bull market sentiment. I really wanted to emphasize this, to emphasize really you can't really trust your mind and your feelings in these times. If anything, you use them as a gauge to go opposite to what you're feeling. So what I wanted to do first of all is I wanted to share this fantastic tweet actually from one of my real life friends actually. So if you haven't followed Hex Homes or know of Hex Homes, first of all, I want to talk about what he's actually doing in the bear market. So he like me is a designer architect, and he is designing and building a home for another Hexican, someone that he onboarded onto Hex and Pulse Chain. And this is the kind of thing that you need to be doing in the bear market, not getting on Twitter and West Coast crypto and HOA is a waste of time, and like it's such an overburdening waste of energy. Like really the energy should be put towards building, not tearing down. It's such a pointless waste of energy. It's really the opposite of productivity. It's doing nothing but creating division within the community. And I don't know, it's boring. I'm getting bored of it, man. Like it's all over Twitter. So I really am sick of that echo chamber. So I try to scroll past it and avoid it, but it's just so prevalent. Um, so this is what you should be doing. Things like what Hex Holmes is doing. Things like what you go listen to that Corey Costa and Gary Funding Gym, and fantastic, fantastic stream. Listen to all the things that Gary's talking about. He was saying, start creating content. If you're interested in Hex and Pulse Chain or just any cryptos, if you're interested in XRP or whatever you're interested in, Solana, Matic, whatever it is, Cardano, go and make a video. Go get one of your friends or just record yourself working on a car for like half an hour. And then the last 5 or 10 minutes, start talking about cryptocurrency and how it can relate to cryptocurrency. And this is why I wanted to bring my friend Hex Holmes into it, because he's actually um, he's literally building in the physical world, but he's also promoting Hex through these connections. So he's started this business called Hex Homes. So I follow him on Twitter. If you haven't followed him on Twitter, I strongly recommend it. He will be a good source of positivity because he's a fantastic source of positivity for me. Even myself, when I start to see things that are like really negatively skewed, I'll send it to him and say, what's your perspective on this? So he starts out by actually saying, so I'm just going to go through and break down this post. He follows hexicans that are positive and grounded individuals. So there's all different kinds of hexicans, just like every community has different kinds of people. So his echo chamber is positive, and he's also positively minded. So he's always leaning towards bullishness. He was in the depth of the Hex FUD when it first came out. I'm an OG like him. We're both day one hexicans. He got me into Hex, but he was a believer in Richard Hart. I really didn't know anything about Richard Hart. He just introduced me to Richard Hart, and I kind of just was like, all right, I'll put some Ethereum in. I think I didn't put much. I was going to put a lot more, and actually he discouraged me from putting that much. I was being a bit of a degen, so it would have actually been good if I did. But I'm definitely not blaming him for that. I definitely wouldn't have, even if I had put that much in, I wouldn't have held it for as long as I did, because I would have been looking to take profits with the amount that I was considering putting in. So he's rarely ever exposed to negativity. So he makes sure he keeps his mind positive by his feed. So to the negative ones, spreading more negativity is what the market is currently receptive to. It's actually adding fuel to the fire. And why is this? It's because we're in the bear market. Everything is red. Everything is down. It sucks. But this is the point that I want to emphasize. Later on in the bull market, you can express all the FUD you want. The market will ignore you. And to emphasize this point, I'm just going to bring up this little video by everybody's good friend Somi. So this, man, if you haven't, make sure you like, subscribe button all on Somi's videos, because I've already liked this one. So thank you very much, Somi. So I'm just going to play this little clip from Somi's video. Oh, as a matter of fact, it might not have share sound. So I'm going to reshare the screen and share the sound so we can hear what he has to say. And just listen to this to emphasize the point that Hex Holmes is making. And this is a point that Somi says all the time. You really need to be filling your mind with the right things, not with trash, not with crap, not with what the SEC is doing, not with how you feel. Those things are just completely false. So let's listen to what he
So
has
we've
to
had
say.
3 monthly red candles. It's been a freaking disaster. Yes, it has been. This is the chart here. 3 red monthly candles. But like at the end of the day, just let's be real, okay? Because we have red monthly candles, everybody is interpreting everything coming out as the SEC clown case is poop, they're winning, etc. Right? But if the candles started to go green, we would flip that narrative. Everything I just shared with you, you would be now looking at it at a different light. You know, if PulseX was back to day one sacrifice, just imagine it. Literally, if I had the power to put it up to day one sacrifice, imagine just for a second it's back to day one sacrifice. What would we be doing? We'd grab the little ruler, we'd go, wow, we're up 969%. Have a look at you. That's what we'd be saying. And then when I show you that information of Richard Hart tweets, we'll be saying the market is confident that Richard Hart will beat or even settle with the SEC. He's coming in. He's going to do the different strategies. They've got the different talking points coming out. So remember where your mind is linked. Our mind is linked to the prices.
Our mind is linked to the prices. Humans are emotional. We're slaves to our emotions. Do you know one of the greatest qualities for managerial positions is a high emotional intelligence. Doesn't matter about your degree, doesn't matter about your study, doesn't matter about your IQ. Those things are actually becoming more and more relevant, particularly now with artificial intelligence and chat GPT. It's all about emotional intelligence. This is not something that's easy to develop. This is something that has personally taken me years to develop through a process of meditation, reflection, seeing how I respond to things and whether or not that's actually true. How does it actually happen? Whether or not I'm afraid or feeling greedy. What actually happens out of that? Reflecting. What actually happened after this? Journaling. What actually happened after this? And through that process of continuous reflection and discarding those feelings from my mind, I've actually been able to separate from them. This doesn't mean that I don't feel those emotions. Even Somi, again, in one of his newer videos, talks about the fact that he also feels that. He's talking about now we're in the depression stage, and you can see it on Twitter. You can see it in the negativity. Things have just been going so far down. Everywhere you look, there's negativity. People are attached to their emotions and how the candles are actually making them feel. So again, just like Somi says, just like Hex Holmes is saying, later on in the bull market, you can express all the fudge you want. The market will ignore you. Then the narrative is going to switch. People are going to be saying, okay, now's the time to sell. And you're going to be getting destroyed for this sentiment. So he's saying, maybe I've misinterpreted the whole situation. The reality is that it's just engagement farming. So this is also something that could be a possibility. People are just farming for negativity because negativity really attracts a lot of people into it. Whatever you have in your mind, you're going to attract that into your reality and you're going to respond to that. That's it sounds like woo-woo, but this is going to be something that's proven by facts in the future, and it already is getting slowly proven by facts, but people consider it to be like fringe quantum mechanics, woo-woo science. But it's just like Galileo when he was saying the world was round and he was imprisoned and basically ostracized at those times because it was dominated by the perspective that everything revolved around the earth, and that was the perception at the time because everything was dominated by religion. Things change. Whatever the perspective is, usually that's on the fringe. Whatever the true perspective is, that's on the outside because the dominant perspective dominates the reality because it is the thing that's there. Then there's the new thing that comes. It's not just like, oh, everybody just all of a sudden wakes up and goes, oh yeah, we're all one. We're all just like this. And everything is a law of attraction and all these things exist like this and it's all just energy and it's all just one. It doesn't actually work like this. People are going to say, yeah, you're crazy, you're an idiot. It's all the same. Happens in markets, happens in reality. It's literally, it happens when ice turns into steam. It happens when steam turns into ice. It doesn't just go, oh, steam goes into ice like this. It's a process. It's first 1 particle, 2 particles, 3 particles, 5 particles, 10 particles. It's just the laws of nature. So the focus should be on your plan, tactically planning for future and the future. So if you've pre-prepared your plan, and I've actually spoken about my plan and what I am planning on doing in this bull market. Ben Cage is someone who's really emphasizing this at the moment. And again, you have to take responsibility for your own plan. Don't look at people on YouTube and crypto and say, oh, you told me to buy. I'm not a financial advisor. No one's a financial advisor. You got to take responsibility for yourself. Like, don't give your power away like that. If you give your power away like that, I'm sorry, but that's pathetic. That's the most lowest form of mind that you can have, to just blame everybody else but yourself. the world is so full of people like that, and we really don't need more of that. It gets you nowhere, and it only keeps you trapped where you are. So don't give your power away and blame the world. Take responsibility. What was your plan? Stick with your plan. Don't adjust your plan because of how you feel from the candles. Stick with your plan. And then that's why I want to go to, this is another guy that I've been following for quite some time. So Secrets of Crypto, he's done extremely well. He's been in multiple cycles. And this is something he wrote earlier in the year, in February. Every 4-year cycle, there's been one thing that's always worked to get rich. Slowly accumulate within months to years the most fundamentally strong projects during the bear market and hold until the crypto mania of the bull run. So years ago, everybody was talking about Pulse Chain. It's phenomenal. It's amazing. It's going to be this revolution. Now people's perspectives are changing based on the price chart. So people's perspectives have become negatively skewed. I put all this money in when HEX was 20 cents at the top of the bull market, and now my money is down. If I didn't put any money in, I could have been buying the bottom. You know, would you really have been buying the bottom if you had no money? And really have to ask yourself that. Or would you really be fluctuating with your mood, with your emotions? If you saw the price coming down like this, you would be thinking, oh gosh, thank God I didn't put any money in this. This project's trash. I'm not going to be putting any money in this. Thank God I put no money in. So again, don't blame the world. Don't blame the conditions. Just be grateful for what you have. Be grateful for the fact that we can just press a few buttons and we can turn our lives around and become millionaires within the space of 5 to 10 years. Like, really be grateful for that opportunity. Our ancestors slaved on farms from day to night, from the crack of dawn till the sunset. It's really just be grateful for what we have. So again, emphasizing this is the final point. There's lots of building going on behind the scenes. This is something that if you're really in tune with the Pulse Chain community, there's lots of building going on. There's lots of building going on in all of crypto. Chainlink's having upgrades, Cardano's having upgrades, Mithril. Again, Corey Costa did a fantastic stream with Charles Hoskinson. I strongly recommend watching that stream, and follow Corey Costa. Follow these guys, man. Follow these guys who are bringing you in tune with what's actually going on in the wider crypto and the crypto communities that you're involved in. And so especially outside our community and outside crypto, where CeFi intersects with DeFi. And I love this because CeFi and DeFi intersecting is, for me, the pivotal difference that I have with most people. A lot of people are either extreme maxis for CeFi or extreme maxis for DeFi. I think the truth exists somewhere in between. No one is going to subside to the other perspective, so it's going to have to be somewhere in between. There are many non-crypto communities out there looking for censorship-resistant payment tech. I see this all the time. And parallel economies. What if maybe instead of infighting, complete waste of energy, like literally you are spending time and energy, you are spending precious minutes of your precious life debating and arguing with people who you are never going to change their opinion. It's actually another form of extremely low vibration mindset, in the same way that if you just blame someone, do you think that they listen to you? They'll say, well, that was your fault. And it's the same thing with this kind of crap, this infighting. Oh, West Coast crypto should have said this, and oh, you should just hold on to your coins. And it's all just such a waste of time. Have you ever seen anybody stop and go, oh, actually, yeah, you're right. You know what? I was wrong. I was actually saying only buy PulseX, but actually I was buying things in the background. He's never going to admit that. He's never going to admit that because of his pride. Humans are just like this. It's such a waste of time and energy. Life is so precious, and so much time is wasted on this kind of low quality nonsense. So there was energy put into reaching these if you put that energy into reaching these non-crypto communities, how much better? How much better? So Hex Holmes is out there. When he goes onto a building site, he's talking to people about crypto. He's onboarded people into crypto in this manner. I run a meditation center. I'm a volunteer. I also help other volunteers get into cryptocurrency, people with not a lot of money. I got people onboarded when also I was feeling euphoric in the last bull run. Not the right time, not the right time. I do take responsibility for that, and I have apologized for that I got caught in my euphoria. But this is how we are. So we also have to continue to learn. But in the communities that I'm in, I'm helping people on board. And that's what crypto should be all about. Doesn't matter what the crypto is, just get people onboarded into this opportunity that could be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and make them understand that it all comes down to them. There's no guarantees. We have these 4-year cycles, but there is no guarantees. We don't know what's going to happen in 2 or 3 years' time. So just the final message here. What was Richard Hart's message? outbound marketing, outbound messaging, and that hasn't changed. So, we should be following the wisdom of Richard Hart. He was a millionaire, retired millionaire, long before he started Pulse Chain, long before the SEC was coming after him for this $12 million that he sacrificed, even though he was a multimillionaire and everyone thinks he's an idiot and a scammer. It's like, oh my God, are you guys for real? Do you actually genuinely think that this guy who was a multimillionaire is going to publicly flaunt all the things that he's bought on social media with their money when he's already a millionaire, if not a billionaire? Like, are you guys really that insane to think that somebody would be that stupid to do that? Somebody as smart and wise who's created cryptocurrencies like HEX and Pulse Chain, someone who was smart enough and had the foresight to see what Bitcoin and Ethereum were, someone who was smart enough to be involved deeply in cryptocurrency. Do you guys really think that? You might not like him. I don't care, whatever. That's your opinion, but come on. So stay focused on what you're doing. Stay focused. Separate from your mind. You have to really get into that habit of separating from your mind. It's not an easy thing. It's not an easy thing. It's something where you have to keep listening to the voices out there to really put into your mind. Human mind is just programmed from the life that we've lived. So everything we've ever done gets put into there, and what gets put into there is what we see out there. So you really have to program your mind with the right stuff. So listen to the positivity, listen to Corey Costa, listen to Funding Jim, listen to your friend Somi, listen to Ben Cage, listen to Hex Holmes, listen to all the other Crypto 7, Rags to Riches, Crypto Heartbeat. There's so many out there. Depends on which community you're in. Listen to what they have to say. Don't just follow the news. Don't just follow the color of the candles. You're going to get wrecked that way. Really start to objectively analyze your mind and be objective about what it is and what's coming out of it, because it's not the truth. It's just something that has been programmed into there, which is being output. You're just like a robot. I'm sorry to say, that's how we are. So even our sense of freedom is basically we're just robots. So hopefully this helps. Hopefully this adjusts people's mindsets, and hopefully it settles some minds. And hopefully, more than anything, I hope you're sticking to your plan. Whatever that was, stick to your plan. If you want to make some adjustments based on the life that you're currently in at the moment, then by all means, you should be adjusting. You can't just stay fixed on the plan. You have to be adaptable, but don't adjust your plan based on your emotion. Whatever mindset that you went in there, your mindset when things were positive in the last bull market would have been like, right, the next bear market, I'm going to buy. No matter what, I'm going to buy. No matter what, the lowest prices, I'm going to buy. Now the lowest prices are here. This is the gift. Are you sticking to your plan, or are you swaying with the feelings of the candles? Really ask yourself this. Really analyze your mind and don't be in it. Sometimes the best thing you can do is opposite to how you feel. And as a matter of fact, when it comes to markets, I would argue that that is always the best thing to do the opposite of what you feel. So thank you very much, everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode and you got some value out of it. And yeah, I would also like to ask you to like, subscribe button. No, thank you very much. See you later, everyone.